Hi guys, what's up? It's Joel Pitt here, back with another video, and in this video it will be for Love Island 2025 Season 12 Episode 16. I'll leave a link down below to Episode 15. Of course, it's going to be spoilers, so without further ado, let's get on with it. So, Tommy saw something lit up in the distance. That was the sleepover, the new villa. Meg, Megan and Tommy and Harry spoke. Meg said she's worrying about Dejan, what's going to happen, especially with his actions that he did with Melisha. Is he going to continue that again? Giorgio does sales now. He used to be cabin crew as well. Caprice is a business manager for children's nurseries, she said. Will, of course, now he used to be a farmer, but now he's also a personal trainer, which I did say, in Clapham. And of course, Poppy is a dental nurse, but we already saw that on her bio on the Love Island app. Poppy decided to choose Ramel. Then Dejan was chosen by Caprice. We had Will, who chose Emily, and Giorgio chose Helena. They spoke about themselves and what they do. They also talked about their current situations. Harry and Shakira spoke. Basically, I think they were talking about, Megan, Connor and Tommy, that situation, that triangle. Connor then pulled Megan. Shay, Tommy and Meg spoke. Harry pulled Tommy. And then Connor came to speak to Tommy. Some of the others were listening in. Then Tommy pulled Megan. Giorgio did a little bit of snacks for Helena. They also had a chat. Caprice said December last year, that was when she was in her last relationship. She's from Mauritius as well, or I don't know if she's got family there, and wants to get married there. She wants to be married by 28 and have kids when she's 30. She says the eye contact is crazy. Will also did some snacks and had a chat with Emily. Poppy said her last relationship was 3 years ago. I think it was 3 years ago rather than lasting 3 years. Alima, Tony and Yasmin spoke. Dejan fed some grapes to Caprice. Helena and Emily spoke. Emily was saying, maybe it's not there or something with Will, and she's feeling more of a connection with Connor. Megan and Harry, they argued. Basically, I think Harry said to Connor that Megan was getting giddy over her or something, but that wasn't true. So I don't know if he's feeding lies to Tommy. Dejan, Caprice, Emily, Will were all sleeping on their own. We had Helena and Giorgio, who spooned. Poppy and Ramel were close together. Megan was arguing with Tommy before bed. Ben and Yasmin kissed. Shakira's head was close to Harry. And in the night, Tommy got out of bed. Tommy made Megan a drink, but she didn't want it. Shakira, Meg and Alima spoke. Tommy, Harry and Ben spoke. Tommy said he's a bit put off now with Megan. Giorgio, he's from Maidstone in Kent, because it just said Kent. He was talking with Helena again. Caprice wanted some warmth last night, she said, when she spoke with Dejan. Emily and Will spoke again. Then Poppy is enjoying Ramel's company. Harry then spoke to Megan. Connor pulled Megan and they went to the terrace. Tommy then saw them going to the terrace. Then Tommy joined Alima and Meg. Tommy said to Connor, they can crack on, he doesn't care. Then Megan, she looked behind and Megan and Connor then had a kiss. Helena and Emily spoke. Then Megan spoke. I don't know if it was about, did you kiss or something like this. Harry then came over. Ramel and Dejan spoke. Connor, Harry and Shay spoke. And then they spoke again after the break. Harry then came over. He then got a text. And then it said, Emily, Dejan, Helena and Ramel, spent the night over. Looks like they're having a good time. And there were some videos. Meg knew it was going to happen with Dejan. She just knew that something was going to happen. Then the sleepover continues in tonight's episode, and also Maya is back. I guess to say, do you want to stick with your partner or do you want to recouple or something? So we also had the morning after. Melisha shares all on that love triangle. Hosts Amy Hart and India Pollock are joined by this week's guest presenter Kemi Rogers to dig into all the drama from last night's episode. But that's not all. They're also joined by Dumped Islander Melisha, and she's not holding back. She tells all on what she really thinks about the Dejan situation, whether Megan's head will turn for Connor, and how she thinks the Islanders will react to the new bombshells. Plus, she reveals whether there is unfinished business with her and Dejan. There was the first look of Tommy feels the tension as Megan and Connor get closer. Connor's getting cozy with Megan on the terrace, whilst the new bombshells make their move on Dejan and Ramel. There's tension brewing back in the villa between Megan and Tommy. Plus, the Islanders get a close look at all the fun at the sleepover, all in capital letters. Love Island 2025 always coming through with the twists and turns. And then, yeah, because I think Connor tells Shay that he's over the moon about kissing Megan. Harry is unsure, like, on how he'd feel seeing, like, Helena coming back with someone else. And then we had tearful Tommy confides in the boys. Tommy and Megan have been coupled up from the start, but they've hit a bump in the road as Connor and Megan realised that they also had a spark that they wanted to explore. After word gets back to Tommy about Megan's sexual connection to Connor, Megan and Tommy clash, resulting in Tommy getting upset and seeking his boys for comfort. As I said, Dejan was feeding grapes to Caprice. It was very, well, it was cute, but then it was a bit, sexual there. Alima, I think, is a one-strike person. Basically, she said this to the girls, like, if a boy does something wrong, like, they're gone. So I think if Ramel decides to go with Poppy, she's completely done with it. She's not giving him a second chance. Then there was another episode in the morning after. Is there trouble for Megan and Tommy? Whilst we all thought the sleepover would be at the forefront of the drama in tonight's episode, it was actually all happening in the villa. Luckily, hosts Amy Hart and India Pollock are joined by this week's guest, presenter Kemi Rogers, to investigate the timeline of Megan and Connor's shock kiss on the terrace, and a rather convoluted game of he said, she said. But anyway, that is all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.